What is up, guys? Welcome back to another DBD video. Essentially wanted to go ahead and bring you some killer gameplay. I wanted to kind of do something different, right? I said I wanted to bring some Dead by Daylight videos. I'm definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and just want to bring you some Freddy Krueger kind of gameplay. And then let me know down below in the comments any other killers you want me to go ahead and play. And I also do soon want to go ahead and start kind of streaming and live streaming the, essentially Dead by Daylight, different kinds of games and stuff like that. But this is essentially a voice over the gameplay. Want to let you know on that, but this is a pretty good game. Has some pretty good interesting pretty much gameplay here. So this person was AFK. She ended up coming out of nowhere, and then you kind of see you got the first hit right there. She dropped the pallet and then went on a cool little pursuit. So I actually haven't played Freddy Krueger in a while. Wanted to try out pretty much the new kind of update of Freddy Krueger, so that was something new. I know that he used to pretty much kind of lay like snares down on the ground where it would stop the essentially the player from dropping a pallet or even bolting a essentially a window. But pretty cool how you can still pretty much aim it like the artist, and essentially it still blocks him from actually doing anything, right? But check it out, hooked him up and then essentially aiming for trying to see who was going to be around. I know somebody was around here, so I didn't want to leave the area just yet. Check it out, there it is. She was still hurt. I'll see if I can go ahead and aim that perfectly right there. And I think she ended up coming this way, but I ended up leaving it because I knew somebody was going to come right from the corner. And sure enough, there she comes, coming right there. Bingo, got a hit from her from there. And then they ended up just kind of both of them being right there. So I ended up blocking it from her pretty much dropping the pallet. Helped me out a little bit. Got her down. So overall, pretty fast chases that I'm trying to do. Stopped that one right there. So I ended up going for her. She was already hurt. I totally forgot she ate that cake. Kind of gave her some immunity. I don't know why she didn't drop the pallet. I don't think she ended up thinking I was going to go for it. But he ended up getting her hooked and everything, and then ended up looking for her. There it is. But essentially, like I said, she wanted to bring something different, Dead by Daylight video, and overall wanted to see, down below in the comments, let me know, what do you think? Do you think you want me to go ahead and upload more of this? I definitely want to upload more Survivor as well, as killer. I'm definitely a killer main. I love playing different killers. I'm not the best, to be straight up honest, but I'm trying my absolute best, right? On different, perks, taking them down, learning a little bit of the mechanics and everything, but having a blast. Dead by Daylight, like I said, is one of my favorite games and everything. Also, down below in the comments, who do you guys have for the World Cup, man? It's crazy the way everything is going. Argentina versus Egypt, that was a hell of a game, man. The comeback 3 versus 2, man. Messi scoring them goals, pretty good. I'm a Messi fan for sure, but like I said, overall a good game. I know Saturday is going to be it's going to end up being Norway versus England, so that's going to be a good game as well. And then there we go. And then we got the UFC fight going on. UFC, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Let me know in the comments. Definitely a Conor McGregor fan for sure. Max Holloway is a hell of a boxer though. So that can go either way. I love it though. Screw it. Let's see how it goes. But ended up checking that out. Ended up replacing this pallet. And then I kind of lost her for a little bit. But I was trying to follow it, but man, she was so far away. I really didn't want to go for it. So I knew somebody was near me. Here, there it is. He was there. All right, so out of the whole group, she was really the best one, but I kind of ended up waiting there for a minute because I knew she was gonna go ahead and eat that. Went for that, took her down, and it was Gucci. Let's go. Now, I do have essentially a pretty good game coming out here that I do want to upload here soon, guys. I might upload it tomorrow. I gotta see how the schedule's looking. But I want to go ahead and try out the game called The Homeless. It looks like a really nice one. Psychological, pretty much. You're a security guard, and there's this homeless guy essentially kind of testing your sanity. And it looks very, very fun. I've seen a few people play it, and I wanted to kind of jump in, right? But I ended up kind of spawning on this one. I missed the hit. Looking like a noob over here, but ended up going for the chase. And then I think he was going to an area where there was no pallets. But I do want to try, like I said, I'm going to definitely be uploading the homeless gameplay here in a minute. Here soon. So I should have ended up breaking it here, but I ended up just left the chase. So I'm going to go follow. At this point, I know that I was getting gen rushed, but ended up getting that free hit. Drawing them that way. I know there was a pallet still down there. So I was like, screw it, let's go ahead and break this down so it doesn't cause me any trouble in the future. And then I go for the chase, and he made a little bit of a distance between me and him, but there was nothing here. End of it. Got the hit, took him down. And then I know there were majority of them were either 2 to 3 pretty much death hooks. So I know she was trying to block me essentially right here, and I couldn't hit her because she took the cake. So she ended up letting go of that area, and then took him down. And then I was going for her now. I know she was on the second hook, so I'm surprised she didn't go for that. Ended up getting a free hit out of that one. And then, like I said, my Surge Corrupt Intervention already played in effect, and then Trolling Tremors, the perk ended up playing an effect on this one, because usually whenever you pick up a survivor, it blocks the generators, essentially. And like I said, I kind of lost her there, seeing where she was going, but I also wanted to kind of play with people's minds to see if maybe somebody was there. It looks like it was empty. And then I was running through here, and I was trying to see where the rest of them are. I know I had one guy dead. I had 3 still available. And then there were still 3 generators. Nobody there. Nobody was home. Nobody was home. Generator got done there. Bingo. Got her. Jumped right in front of me. Chasing her. And she was, in my opinion, like I said, she was the only one that was actually very decent when it comes to the chase. I think she ended up taking me for a pretty good chase here, but I ended up still taking her down. Like I said, I missed that. Cat went back. Got her. Took her down. And then kind of watch out with the flashlight. Just making sure nobody else had a flashlight. There was one right behind me. There it is. But got her hooked. And I think she was on death hook. So bingo. Got her down. And now it's time to get the other people out. There we go. She was, never mind. She was the one that actually took me for a pretty good chase. I was trying to hit her with that so she didn't block that, or I guess bolt the window, but I didn't manage to hit that. And right here, I was trying to trick her to go ahead and see where she was going to go. She could have actually just made distance and run. But like I said, I knew she was going to, that window was going to get blocked out of how many times she vaulted it. So I thought she went around and then ended up just pretty much chasing her. Lost her here for a few seconds, and then I ended up finding a few scratches to kind of let me back up to her right there. Bingo. So most important thing, keep this in mind. I got these 2 pallets essentially are going to be, they're my pallets, so keep that in the mind in the future, because it's gonna be a good play at the very end. But ended up she knew that was a fake pallet. She didn't drop it. That was a real one. I know I was gonna get a free hit here, because essentially it's just either way, you're either going or not. And then got a free hit right there. Started chasing her. 2 gens, 1 guy still out on the loose. Meanwhile, I'm chasing her, trying to see. She goes around. I was trying to see if I can go ahead and go from behind, but she actually made pretty good distance away. There she is, yeah. Like I said, I was playing some mind games. I was gonna go ahead and see if I could teleport so she would stop going that way, but like I said, she ended up, I still kind of closed a little bit of the distance. And right here is essentially where she goes down. Bingo. So I love that play, and I love how Freddy Krueger can do that pretty much, right? You still, you know, fake the teleportation, and then closing a little bit of that gap. Hooked her, and I noticed there was still one available. And then he should be around there. There you go. He runs right into me. Get an easy hit on her. And then start chasing her. Window. There we go. The pallet was fake. Got him down. And then that was an easy 4K. So there it is. Well, like I said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this Freddy Krueger gameplay and Dead by Daylight overall, right? Gameplay. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy it, and if you want me to keep uploading them, more than welcome to, as well as trying different killers. Definitely want to try out Spirit next, and Jason. Like I said, Jason is a hell of a killer for sure, man. He's up there for sure at the moment. But like I always say, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below in the comments what other killer you want me to play, and keep staying tuned for the next video. I'm going to be uploading a new game coming out. A new game essentially that I want to upload, The Homeless. And like I said, stay care, guys, and overall, see you on the next video. Bye bye.